If you're working abroad right now, there's probably a number in the back of your mind. The number you think you need saved up before you can finally come home and retire comfortably. But is that number actually realistic? Too low, and you risk running out. Too high, and you might be working years longer than you actually need to. Today, I'm breaking down what it really costs to retire comfortably in the Philippines. Based on current cost of living data, so you can plan with real numbers, not guesswork. Hi, I'm Arlene. I'm a UK registered nurse with over 24 years of nursing experience. I'm an international marketing partner. I'm not a licensed broker or financial advisor. What I'm sharing today is general guidance based on current cost of living research, to help you start planning. If you want to talk through your own numbers, I offer a free, no obligation consultation. Message me directly, details are in the description. Let's get into the actual numbers. What comfortable actually costs? Let's start with the baseline. Based on current cost of living research for the Philippines, here's a comfortable monthly budget for a single retiree. Not luxurious, not bare minimum, but genuinely comfortable. Typically between roughly 50,000 and 80,000 pesos a month, depending heavily on location. Here's what shifts that number. Metro Manila locations, like Makati, BGC, or Quezon City, sit at the higher end. Rent alone can eat a large chunk of that budget. Provincial cities, like Cebu outside the main business districts, Davao, or Bacolod, let your budget stretch further. Sometimes comfortably retiring on the lower end of that range. If you want a more premium lifestyle, nicer condo, more dining out, more travel, you're looking at closer to 130,000 pesos or more per month. For couples, plan on roughly 1.4 to 1.7 times the single person budget. Housing and utility costs are shared, but food, healthcare, and lifestyle costs scale up individually. Turning monthly budget into a retirement fund. Now here's where a lot of people get stuck. They know the monthly number, but they don't know how to translate that into an actual savings target. Here's the simple version. Let's say you determine you need 60,000 pesos a month to live comfortably. That's 720,000 pesos a year. If you're planning for, say, 20 to 25 years of retirement, you're looking at a fund in the range of 14 to 18 million pesos. And that's before accounting for inflation, which historically has eaten into the purchasing power of a peso sitting idle over decades. I know that number can feel intimidating when you say it out loud. But here's the important part. You're not trying to save that entire amount in cash sitting in a bank account. That fund can, and should, include income-generating assets, not just a lump sum. This is where real estate often comes into the picture. Why real estate often becomes part of the answer. Here's why so many OFWs I work with build real estate into their retirement plan, rather than relying purely on cash savings. First, rental income offsets your monthly need. If you own a unit that's rented out, or even a second unit purely for rental income, that monthly rent reduces how much you need to draw from savings every month. A well-located unit generating even 15,000 to 25,000 pesos a month in rent measurably changes your retirement math. Second, property tends to hold or grow its value over time. Especially in well-located, growing areas, unlike cash, which slowly loses purchasing power to inflation if it just sits there. Third, owning your own retirement home outright removes your single biggest monthly expense, housing, from the equation entirely. If you're not paying rent in retirement, your comfortable monthly number drops significantly. This is really the core idea. Your retirement fund isn't just about a number in a bank account. It's about the combination of savings, income sources, and assets, especially housing, that together get you to that comfortable monthly figure. A realistic timeline. So what does this look like in practice? If you still have, say, 10 to 15 years left in your working life abroad, that's genuinely enough time to build toward this. Especially if you start now rather than waiting. A common approach I see work well: acquire a property early through manageable payment terms while you're still earning abroad. Let it appreciate and potentially generate rental income in the years before you retire. Pair that with a separate, disciplined savings or investment plan for your day-to-day retirement expenses. The earlier you start, the smaller the monthly commitment needs to be to reach a comfortable outcome. Waiting even 5 years can significantly increase how much you need to set aside each month to catch up. So, how much do you actually need to retire comfortably in the Philippines? As a starting benchmark, somewhere around 50,000 to 80,000 pesos a month for a comfortable lifestyle. Translating to a retirement fund in the range of 14 to 18 million pesos if you're funding it purely from savings. Though real estate and rental income can meaningfully reduce that number. But the honest answer is, it depends on your target location, your lifestyle expectations, and how many years you have left to prepare. That's exactly the kind of planning conversation I have with clients every week. I offer a free, no-obligation consultation. Message me directly, and let's map it out together. If this gave you a clearer picture, hit like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. I read and respond to all of them. See you in the next video. Ingot, and thank you for watching Condo Talk.